I'm currently working on this show at the Turner Contemporary in Margate. A lot of the materials that you'll see focus around the produce and geology of Kent. I'm really fascinated, invested in apples. I think apples are an archetype as a symbol. They're fairly universal. And also, of course, in Kent, which was known as the fruit basket of England, apples were really, and still are, a primary commercial industry.
Here at Brogdale Farm, we're the home of the National Fruit Collection, and we've got 2,200 different varieties of apple, 2 of each tree, so there's 4,400 trees in our current collection of apples. The collections here are important nationally and internationally. There could be a variety here that can tolerate the climate change crisis that we have in a much better way. So we're all about the education and teaching people where their fruit comes from, seasonality, and how important it is for the world that we live in, that we eat fresh and eat local.
We're working with Turner Contemporary and 2 other schools to produce a body of work within school that sees all areas of the curriculum coming together with a focus on apples, because that's one of Anya's main themes. Also, apples enable us to bring together areas of science and geography and history and beyond the art classroom really. We will be also using some of the work that they do at Brogdale back within school in our curriculum. And we hope to make a resource that other schools will be able to use in the future.
I thought the orchard was really interesting because you could see the apple trees in the rows from a long way away. You can just see the perfect lines, and I'm sure it would look really nice if you saw it from a bird's eye view.
I think the best part was making the apple juice because it was very interesting of how they made it.
The apple juice tasted really nice.
We're planting an orchard at Lees Court, which I'm really excited about. It's something I've wanted to do since 2003, where I was privileged enough to spend some time at Alice Waters' Edible Schoolyard, which is in Berkeley in California. They're using cooking and gardening as ways of exploring diversity, cultural history. This was a really great opportunity to utilise the apple in terms of the kind of site-specific nature of making this exhibition.
What's most beautiful about Lees Court is the countryside and the green, and this is going to be the orchard. Now that may be hard to imagine now, but when the sitting crop now is gone and Anya puts in the beautiful new array of trees, different colors, different smells, different everything, you'll see a beautiful orchard, and that will fit perfectly into the diversification that we have at Lees Court.
Each of the apples we've chosen so far has a history behind it. We're having a Roman apple, an apple that was introduced here around 450 AD. We're also having an apple which comes from the original supposed Isaac Newton tree, and it's an investment in the future. It's a legacy project which is supporting, encouraging this idea of longevity and the future. And then we're going to, in the fall, in autumn, we're going to plant the first set of trees. And it's being planted in a kind of spiral shape, starting with really low trees on the outer edge, coming up to this really tall tree at the center. And there'll be a kind of timeline in terms of the origin of the apples or when they've first been recorded going through the spiral.
We plotted the orchard by using string, wool and cones in a spiral shape.
The snail shells are in the shape of a spiral, and so are spiders' webs. So they're all sort of linked together with other nature.
We're kind of establishing the ethos that everything interacts with everything else, and so everything overlaps and becomes part of a greater sort of understanding of our world and our locality, really.
It sort of made me feel like there's much more different ways to make art than just drawing or painting.
I feel good about it because it will be fun, and in the future I can come back and see it fully grown.
And we might be drinking the apple juice from the apple trees that we planted, so it would be really nice if we did that.